Today I'm going to tell you why Kyler Murray decided to come back in 2018 to play college football despite making $5 million to play pro baseball, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a stat mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because this is your place for Oklahoma football news and analysis. With that said, I'm introducing a new feature called Mail Time, where I take on your questions to me in a mailbag forum. I'm gonna go ahead and say that if you donate to the super chat or you're a patron, you shoot to the top of the list about which questions that I'm going to get answer, because you are the person who donates to this channel to show how much you appreciate it and to keep it going. With that in mind, the first question comes from Mama Savage, my mama, who asks, could you tell us some of the names and positions of the staff we might see on the field on and off so we will be able to identify them this season? And thank you always for your commentary, pictures, and videos. Thanks, Mama. I appreciate you. My mother donates to this channel because she likes it. She loves to hear me talking about it on video as opposed to just calling me on the phone and saying, RJ, what'd you think? Which also still happens. But Mama, one person that I think you need to know about that not a lot of people know, but they will, is Executive Director of Football Recruiting in Oklahoma, Miss Annie Hanson. This is the woman even Lincoln Riley points to as helping Oklahoma earn a top 10 recruiting class in 2018 and battling for the #1 spot in 2019 after an outstanding spring. During football drills in the spring, Tulsa World beat writer Eric Bailey caught up with Lincoln Riley to ask him what Annie Hanson has meant to the program, and Lincoln said, quote, she's been great, she's been tremendous, she's one of the most valuable staff members that we have. She puts her heart and soul into the university and loves this place. She has a real gift for her job, she can relate with people, she's very progressive, she's an extremely hard worker, extremely personable, and as organized as anyone I've ever seen. She's brought a ton to our recruiting department and really our program as a whole. And Hanson is going to be rewarded for her efforts. The Board of Regents is expected to approve a raise for Hanson from $70,000 last year to $115,000 on an annual basis. Congratulations, Annie. You deserve it. The next question comes from Morgan J. Turner 99. Will Lincoln Riley be calling the offense for the entirety of his tenure at Oklahoma? And the answer is
yes!
Why would you want someone else to call the offense? This is the best offensive mind in college football today. Did you see what our offense did last year? We set record. We won a Heisman. This offense is a juggernaut since Lincoln Riley arrived in January 2015, and the coaching staff doesn't want anybody else calling the plays, man. And Lincoln is just fine continuing to hold the play card and dial up something nasty for Big 12 defenses and the like. I believe as long as Lincoln Riley is the head coach at Oklahoma and the offense continues to hum like it has, he will be the play caller. Next question comes from @TheAngrySooner, who asked me the question that I've probably been asked the most, which is this. Realistically, who would you hire right now that could come in and improve the defense over Mike Stoops? I'm talking about people that would take the job and who are available. Look, first of all, I believe this is Oklahoma. Everybody's available to us. However, I don't think Brent Venables is coming back, even though I would like that. I don't think Jeremy Pruitt would come here unless he has an abysmal stretch at Tennessee, and even then it's going to take a few years. And Kirby Smart is going to be Georgia's head coach for at least the next decade. So that rules out some possibilities. I'm high on the guy from Wisconsin, Jim Leonard, former safety, but the guy that I really like that nobody's brought up and nobody's talking about is the new defensive coordinator at Florida State. His name is Harlan Barnett, and while Harlan Barnett was at Michigan State was a great defense. In his first season as a defensive coordinator at Michigan State, the Spartans won 12 games and the Big Ten championship on its way to the college football playoff semifinal in the Cotton Bowl. The Spartans forced 28 turnovers, the 9th highest total in FBS, while also ranking in the top 25 in rush defense, sacks, and scoring defense. Ranked in the top 2 of the NCAA for 3 of Barnett's final 5 seasons, including an NCAA best 88.5 yards rushing per game in 2014. Now that guy's working for Willie Taggart. And for me, he's a guy to keep an eye on, and I really like. But I really believe that this job would go in-house. I think Ruffin McNeil would be next up because he's been a defensive coordinator and a head coach. I think Kerry Cooks would get a really hard look, especially if that secondary comes on and becomes the kind of force that we expect it to. And I believe Bob Diaco would be a dark horse candidate as a defensive analyst who not only had, again, experience as a defensive coordinator for a national championship caliber team in Notre Dame in 2013 when they made it to the title game, but also knows what it means to be a head coach. And And the last question comes from @Sooners247, who asks, why is Kyler Murray coming back if he's not going to give it everything he has? Now, the simplest answer is because he can. Give any high school football player in the world an opportunity to be the quarterback at Oklahoma, and you're not going to run into a lot of men who say no. Even if they know they're going to be millionaires, and even if they know they don't have a future in football. Besides, Lincoln Riley has known that this is on the table for 3 years. This is not new to him. And if he's okay with it, why wouldn't we be okay with it? Plus, Oklahoma's a special place, man. And it's even more special if you play quarterback. And you don't walk into that job without giving everything you have. So yeah, Kyler Murray can play not to get hurt, or he can take out insurance and go try to win a national title. We all know Kyler Murray has taken out insurance. And I can't wait to see him give it his all this fall. Alright, that's it for me. Deuces.